Grand Rising, pretty people. I am back for another book review. Alright, so today I'm going to be doing book four, four of the misadventures of Mink LaRue. This one is called Red Hot Liar. And again, this is a continuance of I forgot what I was going to say. Continuance of Natural Born Liar, Sexy Little Liar, and Dirty Rotten Liar. So this is the next book of The Misadventures of Mink LaRue by Noir, narrated by Kendra Lynn. Book is 8 hours and 46 minutes. Audiobook was released on the 22nd of February 2015. I give the narration 2 thumbs up. Kendra Lynn, she does her job with this book. She brings each character to life. Again, I'm going to complain about the way she says Lego, but I mean, hey, something I got to get over. It's just a me thing. So, this book picks up where we leave off in Dirty Rotten Liar. It picks up and then it kind of is like few weeks after, but it still kind of picks up where we left off with A Dirty Rotten Liar. So the book starts with Viceroy gets an email, and in the email that he gets, it's like a stack of cigars in the shape of a pyramid. And what does he see on one of the cigars? He sees Selah's ring. So, and the email comes from no one other than his arch nemesis, Rodney Retman. I think I'm saying his name right. Rodney. So, of course, he is belligerent mad. Like, he's throwing things. He's pissed off. He's like entirely pissed off. And he's drinking and he's mad. So he goes home and he takes that anger out on Selah. And he is like, when I say extremely pissed, he's pissed. So he walks in the house and Selah and Fallon, Pilar, Mink, and Bunny, and Peaches are all in the kitchen. They're eating breakfast and they're talking. And they're having themselves a grand old time. And he walks in the kitchen, he's pissed off, and he attacks Selah. So, of course, he's attacking Selah. Mink is not going to let him do this. Peaches is not going to let him do this. And Bunny is not going to let him. So they jump on him and they're attacking him as well, trying to get him off of Selah. And even Fallon, little Fallon, jumps into this fight. She's not going to have him trying to mess with her mama. So they finally get him off and everything like that. And he decides he's going to put Selah in the not even the guest house, the pool house. He's going to put her out. He's putting her in the pool house. So of course Baron is pissed off because his father has put his mother in the pool house. Ooh, excuse me. So you have that. So then, let me make this side note. If you have not watched the videos on Natural Born Liar, Sexy Little Liar, and Dirty Rotten Liar, please stop, go back and watch these videos, because this is actually going to be some spoilers for you. So then you have Mink, who we find out Mink is really Sable. We find out that Mink and Dynasty are twins. They're identical twins. That's why they both DNA match to Sable. But the question was, how do you know if Mink, which one was actually Sable? Well, Dynasty was adopted by Pat Jenkins. And when Dynasty was 2 years old, her and Pat Jenkins start suing the city of Philadelphia for insurance fraud. Like they got into like this insurance fraud stuff, like slip and falls and all the stuff. So that's how it kind of comes out. Like, okay, it was really Mink. You find out Mink was kidnapped by Jude Jackson. Jude saw this little baby sitting in a stroller, and the little baby looked just like her man Mo. So come to find out, she kidnapped Mo's actual child, which was how she managed to do that. No one will ever know. But random coincidence. But anyway, so since Mink has been declared Sable, she's been doing her, Selah, and Viceroy. They have been doing interviews with different places and different people. So, of course, they do an interview with, you know, they can't use Oprah, but the name is like similar to Oprah. Okra, I think that's how they say it. But she's supposed to be like an Oprah or whatever. And so they do an interview with her, and it goes horribly bad. So her ex-boyfriend is happen to be watching at Gutta, and he sees this interview and decides he's gonna go down to Texas to get Mink. He's still after Mink. He still wants Mink. He still wants to hurt her. He wants his money. So he decides he's gonna come down to Texas. So Viceroy decides that he wants to run for political office. He wants to run for a chair in office. Bunny wants to do a reality show on the Big Dominions, like basically showing off how they live and everything like that, because of course they're still living at the Dominion estate. Her Peaches have moved in and everything. So she's trying to do that. So she ends up meeting a Gigi Mullinax. And you find out that Gigi Mullinax is actually not who she says she is. She's actually there to get more information on Viceroy. But she ends up seducing Baron in the process. And Gigi Mullinax is again a white girl. Redhead white girl. I.e., why the book is called Red Hot Liar. So you have that. So you have Mink still sleeping with her Uncle Suge. Like, he just can't get rid of her. Like, they're drawn to each other. Like, they want each other. So he's trying to cool it on their whole relationship because of the fact that somebody is trying to blackmail Viceroy. They have proof that Viceroy stole his oil company from one of his old friends, and that the oil company actually kind of belongs, like they both was like supposed to sign off on this, but he kind of cut him from the deal. So they're trying to blackmail him for all of this. And the person who has like these original documentations is like an Asian guy, and he's on his deathbed. And he's one of those guys who believes that you have to, ask for forgiveness for your sins. And so he's trying to right his wrongs. So he has these documents. And so his daughter used to date Suge, but she was crazy. She's still crazy. She's one of those crazy broads. One of those crazy Asian broads who used to accuse him of cheating all the time. And he finally left her alone. So now he's back trying to woo her and date her. But he's also trying to date Mink at the same time, undercover, where nobody knows. And like I said, Viceroy is running for office. So he's trying to handle all of this stuff. And so she's kind of playing him like, oh, you need to come and do this with me and do this with me. And then I'll take you to talk to my father to get these papers and all this stuff. Well, Selah eventually steps in, and Selah goes and meets with Wally, he's the Asian guy, and she tries to get the papers and everything as well. Oh, by the way, we find out the Dynasty is in jail. She is in jail for a lot of different charges. Whatever charges they decide to throw on her, she's in jail. And she's trying to get them to get her out of jail. She's still on this whole, she wants the money. She wants them to get her out of jail. She wants this money. She's part of the family. She is, all this stuff. So you have her. Yeah. But so you have all of this happening. The book ends. Of course, there's my wind chimes again. But the book kind of ends with another cliffhanger. I love this cliffhanger that it ends with. Baron is with Gigi. Like I said, he's falling for Gigi, but she's playing him. Bunny is mad because Gigi's not paying her any attention about her reality show. Mink is in her feelings because Suge is trying to play. She feels like Suge is trying to play her with this other woman. Viceroy's trying to figure out, like, is he gonna win office or what's gonna happen? And then Rodney is also running from the same seat that they're both running up against each other. So it's kind of one of those, well, who's gonna win the seat? Then you have that. So the book kind of ends on a cliffhanger. Oh, I forgot to mention, Gunna, he finally comes down to Texas. And lo and behold, who does he seduce or kind of tricks into falling into his bag? Pilar. And what happens with him and Pilar? He's using Pilar to get closer to the family. Pilar's using him to make Baron jealous. She's like, oh, he's a roughneck, blah, blah, blah. Maybe I can get him to make Baron jealous and he can kind of, knock some sense into Baron or whatever. But they're both basically using one another. But he catches her and he's trying to get with her, but he's only doing that so he can get closer to the family, to get closer to the estate. So like I said, book leaves off on a cliffhanger where it's election night. Mink is trying to leave Texas and she's decided she's going to leave Texas and go back to New York. But on her way out, she decides to stop by Suge's house because, like I said, she's in love with Suge and she doesn't want to leave him. So she decides to stop by his house. So you find out if he opens the door and he comes and gets her or not. Then you get, like I said, selection night. So you find out what happens between Baron and Gigi. You find out who gets shot. Someone gets shot at the end of this book. And you find out who gets shot. Shocking. Very shocking. But like I said, it's a good book. Recommend it. 5-star rating. You definitely should read in order. Again, thank you. Like, comment, subscribe, and share. Toodles.